Stick drift is a very real thing. It happens to just about every analog stick that you use over time, unless you're using like a Hall effect stick, which almost nobody uses, and I don't know why. It's literally a few dollars more. So my stick on my Vita already has a little bit of drift on the left side. So Dr. Mod is gonna show me how to replace the stick on the Vita.
So Chris, it's not too bad. All you really need to do this repair is a small Phillips head screwdriver. So there's gonna be a few screws we're gonna take out on a 2000 model like this one. There's one hidden here where the cartridge goes, right there. Then 2 on the bottom, right there and there. And then 4 in the back on the corners. We're gonna take all these off.
And I guess I should clarify, this is a PlayStation Vita 2000, right?
Yep.
Not to be confused with the 1000, which was the thicker, heavier, more brick-like PlayStation Vita.
And those are a little less prone to this issue.
If you own a Nintendo Switch, this is likely a problem that you've experienced before. A lot of it has to do with the fact that the thumbsticks are so tiny. I would say this is about the size of a Nintendo Switch, a Joy-Con thumbstick.
Oh yeah, very, very close to the same size. So last screw here, this is the one that can be easily missed, is the one in the cartridge slot area. So we got the last one off. What I like to do is, a good place to grab is right by the shoulder buttons and just kind of gently put some traction. And then it pops.
Ta-da!
There's one ribbon cable underneath you gotta be a little careful of. There's a shoulder button that just fell off. Right here, be careful of this ribbon here. You don't wanna rip that, so just kind of keep the backing propped of something like this, or maybe like this.
Ribbons everywhere. I took apart a 3DS one time, trying to replace the top screen, and just destroyed the ribbon. I didn't realize there were ribbons in the hinges of a 3DS. Destroyed it. It was a Pikachu 3DS too.
Oh man, that's
terrible.
That's terrible, man. I'd cry.
I was sad. I never told my son what happened to that.
Poor Pikachu.
It was his. It's just like the chickens we got, and they ran away.
Dad, what happened to Pikachu?
Yeah.
We lifted the battery, so here's the battery, okay? And we just kind of gently lift it up here. And this is the 2 screws we need to remove from the board for the control board, so for the controller. So take these 2 screws out, set them aside separately because they are different than the other ones we took out. And gently, this little metal tab is pretty easy to bend back. This piece right here, just bend it back a little bit. And we got one more screw to remove, and that's gonna be under this board. So just lift the board up. There's a little tab here to hold it. There you go, remove that. Lift it up just a little bit, being careful of your shoulder button ribbon cable and this other ribbon cable right here. This is the one we're gonna be removing, okay? That's the one.
That's a tiny ribbon.
Yep. So, we're gonna be
That scares me.
Yeah, it looks fragile, so we're gonna be careful. So this little tab right here, we're gonna lift it up very gently. Okay, we just did that. That's gonna loosen the cable when we remove it. So you can use something like a small flathead screwdriver or something to just kind of pull it, or tweezers. In this case, I'm just gonna do that. See, pop right out. I'm gonna lift this up, and there's the joystick.
There
right
it is.
there. So it's just one screw.
There's the culprit.
Yep. So we just take this screw out and just pull it out. Put the screw aside. And then now we got to use our new one. So we got this on AliExpress. Came in nice packaging to keep it from getting smushed in the mail. And there it is right there.
Look at that. If you're watching on this camera, you're getting to see me shoot this, and it's like a weird Inception thing. It's going to be weird to edit.
Video and a video. All right, so I'm going to take this new guy off. It's beautiful. It's got brand new rubber on it. Take this guy out. Okay, it's the same.
Look at that. Is there any difference at all between these two?
Really, no, not that I see on visual inspection of it. It looks identical. So now this is where it gets a little tricky. We got to get this ribbon cable underneath the board and out to here. So lift this board up and try to get that ribbon cable out through here, and you're going to see kind of like that. I hope you can get a good angle.
Yep.
And then see on the other side, I got it through. Okay, so good. we're halfway there. Manipulate the thumbstick on the other side to get it through the hole. And there you go. See, it's nice and seated there.
Look at that.
Let's put that screw back.
Always important to put all your screws back in. There have been plenty of times where I've gone to put something back together and I've had screws left over at the end.
Yeah, you finish the job and then you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna put the board back in place. It's got a little thing that grabs it here. It's gonna click. There it is. It's in place. Now, this is where tweezers would come in.
There should be some tweezers in here.
Okay.
Look at that. Handy dandy. I bought this whole kit on Amazon for like $10. It's got star key removers, everything that you would need to take this sort of stuff apart, to take your cartridges apart. Amazon, telling you.
Nice. Gotta have the right tools to do the job. Okay, so using the tweezers, bring it in to where it goes. So it's a little tricky. You can use your finger to bend it a little bit and just get it in there. There we go. And we're gonna put these little tabs on the side. Just push until it's seated. And once you have it seated, go ahead and bring that tab down right here, just like that. So now we're done. Joystick replaced. Now let's put things back together. You're gonna take your battery, put it back in place. Just getting into that plastic, because you gotta be careful. These will stab your ribbon cable and ruin it. The ones that are flat, so they put more surface area down. So, so these are harder to work with, but they're better than not having tweezers. So, all right.
And now back to the pain in the ass.
And now here comes the.
And now back to our regularly scheduled program.
And now my least favorite part. They don't really come together. That's why. That's why I can't get a grip. Let me see. Maybe it'll be easier if I just put this off.
Yeah, seriously.
It's not going to even be used. So, but no, it's. Let's see. So using our tweezers, we're going to take the plastic piece here, and that'll help us manipulate this back into the socket, and then put the little tab down. There we go. It's locked. Now we're going to slide this. Just got to watch out for that headphone jack there. Make sure that goes in the slot there. And bring it up. See how it's through there? Got it like that. Now snap it in place. There, clipped in place. Now we're going to put our screws back. So we'll start with the back ones. And the last one. Don't forget this one. This is the one easy to forget. In the cartridge slot.
The important screw. Well, it's probably not super important, but it's the hidden one. It's the one that's hidden right here in the cartridge slot.
This is the last one. All right. Let's see how it acts now.
So there you go. Replacement of an analog stick on a PlayStation Vita. That was super quick. That was like 5 minutes work if you have the right tweezers, right?
Yeah.
There you go. This is why I think every company should use Hall effect sticks, because we'll get into that in a different video, but the difference between a Hall effect stick and your standard analog stick. Quite a bit of difference in what it does mechanically, but very little difference in price, actually. I did some research on it one time, and one of these thumbsticks, like it would have cost Sony, I mean, when you look at it at mass production, I see it makes a difference, but it would have cost Sony like an extra 80 cents or something more to use Hall effect sticks. And the same goes for their controllers too. This, not a Hall effect thumbstick. You know which console did use a Hall effect thumbstick?
Which one?
The Dreamcast.
Really?
The Dreamcast.
That's right.
It's the only console to have used, I've got to fact check that. There may have been one other one here or there. But even the Pro controllers, the Xbox Elite, the DualSense, whatever that PlayStation 5 expensive controller is, no Hall effect sticks, except for the Dreamcast, which was still ahead of its time. Always ahead of its time.
Yeah.
People don't believe me when I say that. So there you go. PlayStation Vita repaired.
And all you need is a small Phillips head screwdriver and your wife's tweezers.
Yeah. Get the tweezers out that she uses on the eyebrows. The tweezers I had in this, turns out, not so good.
Yeah.
If you want to see more videos like this, you should watch the previous video, which is here, and you should subscribe here so you don't miss videos like this. in the future.